Okay, so next what we're going to do is number 18. Number 18 asks, if the function of f of x equals e to the power of x is changed to g of x equals f5 of x plus 2, I'm sorry, I'm not sure how to say that, how is the graph of the function transformed? So basically it's just asking us to find out the transformations. And so in this equation there's two transformations, and these two is the 5 and the plus 2. Okay, so let's start off with the 5. So we're gonna use HIVO in x's lie, y's tell the truth. We'll probably just use HIVO more, but okay. So f, and then with the 5 and the x right there. So because this is inside, you know, inside always lies. Inside lies, outside tells the truth. And so it's inside, which means that it's vertical. So it's going, you know, across like this. Okay. And so what this means, what it would usually mean is that it was stretching, you know, because we think it's greater than 5, so it's stretching. But we have to remember that it is inside. So instead of stretching, so it's not going to stretch, it's going to compress. So that's going to compress. And it's going to compress by a factor of 1/5. And I simply just got that, you know, by just putting the 1 over the 5. Okay, so that's the first transformation. And then this is the second one, the plus 2. So the plus 2, as we can see, is now with the x. It's outside, so it's vertical, so it's up or down, which means that it's telling the truth. So since it is going, it's plus, which means that it's positive, so it's going up too, because, you know, up is positive, down is negative. So it is going to transform 2 units up, and that's simply the answer. Compress by a factor of 1/5, 1/5. Oh, I didn't even see that. And it is going 2 units up. Okay, so that's simply the answer. And now we're going to move on to the second part. So I have this equation right here, and that's what I'm going to use. This is the equation that I'm going to try to find out the transformations that it has. Okay, so again, HIVO, x's lie, y's tell the truth. Okay, so right here there is actually 4 transformations. 1, 2, 3, 4. And I'm going to break them all down so we can see. So the first one is the negative in the front, right here. That just means that it's reflecting over at x or y. So it is reflecting. And to know which one it is, it's outside. So it means it's inside, it's horizontal. It's going to reflect over the x. Okay, so this is just going to reflect over the x-axis. And then the second one we have is the 4. The 4 is greater than 1. And it's on the outside. So it's a vertical. And because it's in the front, it's either a stretch or a compress. A stretch or a compression. And because it's greater than 1, it's going to be a stretch. And I know earlier I said that that means that it's getting taller and thinner, but I meant to say it's getting shorter and longer, and this is the one where it's getting taller and short and like skinnier. Okay, so it's going to be a vertical stretch, and then it's going to be a vertical stretch by a factor of 4. So that's the second one. Then the third one is the plus 2. As we can see, the plus 2 is with the x. It's in the inside, which means that it's horizontal, and which means it lies. So right now, what we will think is that it's going to be, 2 units to the right. But it's not, because it's lying. It lies. Which means that it's going to go actually left. And it's going to go left 2 units. Okay. And then for the last one, it's a -6. And it's outside. So because it's outside, it's telling the truth. Okay? So the outside has to do with, because it's vertical, it has to do with the y. And because it's a -6, we know it's going down, because when you're going down on the y-axis, it's becoming a negative number. Well, it is a negative number. So it's going to be down 6.